And I do think, and I mean, I'm not a free gracer, that, Tucker.
Yeah,
But I support you.
I appreciate it.
I see you as a young man who is truly and sincerely looking for the truth. And even if we disagree, at this point in time, I can see a bit of a kindred spirit of a desire to want to seek out God and to seek truth. And that's why I support you. And that's why I pray for you and encourage you and certainly always have your back. So,
No, I
you can
appreciate it. Also, I know that what they're saying about you is most likely lie. Like I say most likely because like I don't know the story honestly, but they lie
I
about
get it.
everyone. They've even said like they just did the other day. Praise said that, and he's gonna say, "Oh, I was just joking," but like that's slander. So yeah, I'm sure what
It
they say about
is.
you too is lie as well.
It's stacks upon stacks of lies. It's
And they
not
also
just
do
their lies.
they do it
It's
to
not.
Ryan. They do it to
Oh
Veckel.
yeah.
Did you
Oh,
see Veckel's
absolutely.
post? They're calling him a that type of thing.
Oh yeah. Yep. Absolutely. Well, and for me, what it was lies stacked on lies. See, like
Yeah,
if you get like one enemy and they start like this layer of lies and they're laying it down at you and you tackle it, you hit it, and you strike back up, but then someone comes in, another enemy, and then builds another layer on that and then another layer on
yeah,
that, so and
absolutely.
people just keep coming along and building more layers, and then eventually you're just buried under this pile of bullshit that's very hard to overcome, and people have just gone with what they've heard. People have stopped listening to arguments, evidence, rationale. And this is why when I came back, I just pressed the reset button hard, and I just went to everyone that was pulling all this stuff. I said, okay, now it's time to stop the bullshit. You guys provide evidence for this narrative and this nonsense you have pulled out there and presented against me and this other guy, Josh. You show me the evidence that any of this narrative or any of this nonsense is true. Because I'm going to point out how it's all been contradictory. It's all been nonsensical. It's all a mishmash of times, dates, occurrences, stories, and everything else under the sun. And all of you can't even get the story straight. Y'all put a bunch of details in different chats all the time because you've heard so many different lies, so many different stacks of stories piled on top of each other. None of you can even make sense of what the narrative even is. So now is the time to put up or shut up. You bring evidence, justification for this narrative that you believe that's been presented, or you shut the hell up. And you know what? A lot of these people have stopped challenging me on it. Not even Praise even dares challenge me on this anymore. It's because there's nothing there. They're just engaging in a bunch of nonsense and slander and hearsay from a whole bunch of people and one particular lying whore that popped up out of the blue that never even gave their identity and no one knows who they are, but just came up
Yeah.
to show and give some random story about something that supposedly happened and give zero evidence for a single thing they said. But everyone just bought it and believed it. And even though it was comical and ridiculous and she said things that were literally actually impossible, no one called her on it and they just let it go. And now I'm back and I'm telling people, bring the evidence. Bring the evidence to justify your slander or shut the hell up.